I'd like to call the meeting of the House Professional Licensure Committee to order. Jamie, please take the roll.
Chairman Burns,
Here.
Representatives Davidson,
Designation.
Gallagher, Genst, Guzman,
Designation.
Kenyatta,
Designation.
Kozarowski, Malagari, Mursky,
Designation.
Miller,
Designation.
Mullins, Monroe,
Designation.
Smith Waddell,
Designation.
Venkat,
Here.
Chairman Emmerich,
Here.
Representatives Armanini, Cutler,
Designation.
Ecker, Gatos,
Designation.
Kuzma, Mako,
Designation.
Marcel, Mahaffey,
Designation.
Shurin, Tomlinson,
Designation.
and Watrow. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Jamie. The chair calls up House Bill 80, printers number 31. Carrie, can you please explain the bill?
Yes, House Bill 80 authorizes Pennsylvania to join the Audiology and Speech Language Pathology Interstate Compact.
At this time, we'd like to recognize Representative Venkat to speak on the bill.
Thank you, Chair Burns, and thank you to the Licensure Committee staff for bringing this bill forward. Audiologists and speech-language pathologists are critical health professionals, and we continue to have a shortage in our state. I want to thank my colleague, Representative Marcel, with whom we've worked together on this compact legislation. The compact has been entered into by 36 states and 1 territory already, and is on the verge of getting ready to put forward its rules. And so the timeliness of Pennsylvania joining the compact is critical because it allows Pennsylvania to participate in the decision-making for that rulemaking process. I am aware of the letter from the ear, nose, and throat surgeons in opposition to the legislation. I did want to address that. I don't think that there's been any member of the legislature who's been more sympathetic to the physician perspective than I am. And I have met with the ear, nose, and throat surgeons on a number of occasions to talk about this bill. In this case, I think their perspective is unfortunately incorrect. The bill explicitly on page 2 and on page 12 states that the state, which is this remote state for practice, continues to have licensure regulation authority, including disciplinary authority. And so the concern that this is going to be an outsourcing of our regulatory authority is simply not the case. And given that the compact will be operationalized in the near future, to not have Pennsylvania be part of that rulemaking process, I think would be very short-sighted. So for all of those reasons, I would urge an affirmative vote, and I'll continue to work, as I'm sure all of us will, with the ear, nose, and throat surgeons as the regulatory process moves forward and Pennsylvania participates in that process.
Thank you for your comments. The question is, we have a question by Representative Marcel.
Not so much a question, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to thank Representative Venkat for bringing this bill forward. I'm happy to be a part of it as the co-prime and really appreciate his focus on this issue. It's very important, and I appreciate how you just explained it. This is an easy bill, in my opinion, and I'm very happy to support it and work with the gentleman. Thank you.
Thank you. The question is, will the committee report the bill? We have an amendment by Representative Venkat, Amendment A1065. Carrie, can you please explain the amendment?
Yes, the amendment simply changes the effective date from 60 days to 18 months, and this was at the request of the Department of State as they are implementing 2 phases of the replacement of the PALS licensing system.
Any discussion on the amendment? Are there any negative votes on the amendment? Hearing none, Amendment A1065 is agreed to. The question reoccurs, will the committee report the bill as amended? Is there any discussion on the bill? Hearing none, are there any negative votes on the bill? Hearing none, House Bill 80 is reported as amended from the House Professional Licensure Committee. I'd like to call up House Bill 482, printers number 465. Carrie, can you please explain the bill?
Yes, House Bill 482 authorizes Pennsylvania to join the National Occupational Therapy Licensure Compact.
The question is, will the committee report the bill? I will be offering Amendment A1067. Carrie, can you please explain the amendment?
Yes, this amendment extends the effective date of the bill to 18 months, just like we did for the other compact.
Any discussion on the amendment? Are there any negative votes on the amendment? Hearing none, Amendment A1067 is agreed to. The question reoccurs, will the committee report the bill as amended? Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are there any negative votes on the bill? Hearing none, House Bill 482 is reported as amended from the House Professional Licensure Committee. The chair calls up Senate Bill 115, printers number 757. Carrie, can you please explain the bill?
Yes, Senate Bill 115 amends the Human Services Code to allow nursing home direct care workers to take a skills competency test in lieu of a high school diploma.
The question is, will the committee re-refer the bill to the House Human Services Committee? Is there any discussion on the bill? Hearing none, the question reoccurs, will the committee re-refer the bill to the Human Services Committee? Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, Senate Bill 115 is reported from the Professional Licensure Committee with the recommendation it be re-referred to the House Human Service Committee. If there are no further business before the committee, we're adjourned. Thank you.